televiewers, welcome to Prime R. Today's edition traditionally is scheduled to discuss issues relating to relationships and marriage. We this evening are going to be looking at a phenomenon that is gaining grounds where legally married men are increasingly getting married to other wives in councils unknown to the men. What is pushing a married man, a man who is legally married, to go getting married to another woman in another council behind the back of the wife? What is pushing men to engage in that, and how do we also understand that women accept to actually sign or engage in marital relationships with already married men? Is it to say that they themselves did not know, or their families are unaware of this status of set men? We also are going to be discussing, if time permits, on the ups and downs of intertribal marriages. Are they forcefully a blessing or a curse to those who are living in such situations across the world? We are discussing this with Rev TATOH Kenneth, who is already seated, ready to help inspire us understand what is happening in our communities today. Good evening, welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Leo. Good evening. So glad that we are on again this evening, and we trust that after we would have shared this evening, much is going to have been added as value to relationships in our society. Thank you very much.
Okay. Rev TATOH, we're talking about this incident. Almost everybody is talking about polygamy, but the fact is, the man would not even tell the wife, goes behind and then engages another woman.
Yeah, Mr. Leo, this thing is just an evidence of the level to which our society is really sinking into moral decay. It's a very bad thing, because when a man does that to you, he's capable, in fact, that's a murderer. Somebody does this to a woman, the man is capable of doing any other thing else. That you go, you leave a woman in the house, you go to another thing. For me, besides leaving the blame on such a man, the government and our system has a very big hand in this thing.
Okay.
Yes. Why are we not digitalizing our systems? Why do we want to continue being manual forever? Now, look at this thing, because, you know, when you look at the law, the 1981 marriage ordinance, it says bans are supposed to be published for 30 days.
1 month.
Yes, that's 1 month. And in the case where you are not, there is a reason for which it is not be published for 1 month, there's supposed to be a waiver, and the person who has the ability to grant this waiver is the state council. But look at what is happening today in our civil status registration centers. It suffices for you to go to want to register your marriage so that the bans can be published for 1 month, and for one reason or the other, you tell the mayor or whoever is at the civil status
that you're in a hurry.
That you're in a hurry. Maybe you want to travel back to the US, as some people come and do this kind of marriage. So they are now making marriage looking like accidents that are looking for civil status registration centers to go and happen in. When two people want to marry, they should have been planning for a very long time. And if they have not been planning for a long time, at least not even less than 1 month. So when you are supposed to, when there is supposed to be a waiver, it is the state council that gives, but that's not what is happening in our society now. People just need to go there, talk, and then they request. If in a particular council, we know that they pay 25,000, it suffices for you to double the amount and say, okay, I'm going to pay 50,000 and to do a prompt kind of marriage. They'll now go ahead and celebrate it. That is one aspect that you see. Secondly, look at this thing they say they're publishing bans. This is still also, it is still so weak an aspect, because take for granted that, because the law says the marriage is to be celebrated either in the place of birth or the place of residence of the person who is getting married, of either of the persons who is getting married. Now look at a man who has gotten married to a woman and they're living in Bonaberry. Now I want to look at just, you know, within Douala. They're living in Bonaberry. That is Douala 4 Council. And the woman he is wanting to marry to is resident somewhere in the Douala 5 municipality. They now go and register the marriage there, publish the bans there for 30 days. How does a woman leave Mabanda and go and know that there are published bans in Bonamusadi? How does it go? Yeah. So it's just something, it's just a formality. What can solve this thing is digitalization, such that there is a central site that all the marriages that have been registered in Cameroon are lodged in this site. And everybody can consult at any time. See, you can tap at any time. If you see and there is any, maybe there is a foul play that's about to be played, you now blow the whistle. Not that they just have a formality that there is supposed to be a registration of marriages or publication of bans. And when these bans are published and 30 days elapses, they now go and formalize it. So this thing, I think the government is supposed to get into it and handle it as a matter of urgency, because the harm that is already causing on the society is untold. It's not something that we're supposed to leave it that way, because if we keep having case after case, it is increasing measure that somebody has signed monogamy. As Madam has said,
the other person will hear and then will also want to try, and then
yes, since people have done it and gone scot-free, other people want to try too. Of which, if the previous marriage you sign is monogamy, the next marriage you are signing monogamy is already void. But how do we go about it? You know, it will like we have allowed a system that is loose, and we are running and are doing damage repair, of which it can be prevented by doing what? By trying to digitalize and striking very, very hard on those who are caught doing such things. If they see that somebody has done it and they handle the person very well, the law handles the person well and takes its course on the person, it will not be this kind of thing that somebody will see that this person did it and also want to try to do it.
Okay.
It's recurrent.
That is, you are married to a younger person, but the certificate. Yes.
No, I think that kind of thing is subject to a lot of a lot of investigation.
Okay.
Yes, it's subject to a lot of investigation, because you, the man, because if it is assumed here that the man signed monogamy with her. Yes. So how could you be in a polygamous marriage and then you come and sign monogamy, and then now you are flagging a monogamous marriage certificate? That man is a criminal. He and the lawyer are supposed to go in for it, the two of them, because how can you do that kind of thing? You have signed polygamy already. So if you were marrying this lady, you have to, I am a polygamist, I have another marriage certificate, and this is, so are you ready to sign polygamy? Not that you should be bringing in, a marriage certificate from. So in this particular aspect, the woman should keep her calm in the first place. If I'm the one, I will advise her not to even filing for the divorce yet. Let her wait, because there is a game that is being played there. There is nothing like a polygamous marriage certificate. It is just they are bringing a fake something in order to put her under pressure to lose. She has a good case. Let her go calmly. Let her not be in a hurry to continue with the divorce procedure. That's my advice.
Yes, but does it not also expose what we are talking about here? Because if this thing was registered digitally, there would be no way for the same system to produce a monogamous and a polygamous certificate.
I think that thing will be a fake something that is not even registered in any council anywhere. Those stamps on it, should you want to check very well. If you carry it to go and vet in the civil status registration center, I'm sure you not see something that kind of thing to go and backdate. It means the register, there's a big register there.
Yes.
How would they go and create space in that register? You can't backdate the marriage certificate. This thing we move around with are the copies. The original thing is there now.
Yes.
Even this thing we move around, land title, there are copies of a land title. The land title is kept by the conservator. It's not this thing we see people moving with in their hands. It's the same thing. When you go, there is a counterfoil that is registered in the booklet there. So how would they go and create space that in 1986 there was a marriage certificate?
Maybe the format might have changed.
Easily fall for that. For that, I want to intrigue. It's like, it looks like it's a game. For somebody to drive through such an idea, it means the person has actually put power into place. What I want to say is that this issue of talking about Africans being polygamous, people have gotten to it and are very, very happy about it, because it is favoring the egocentric and egoistic tendencies of the men. If your wife also gets married to two men, will you accept? 2, is it that Africa is the only continent in which polygamy is practiced? 3, this issue of saying that it is a white man culture. Do we think that what is written in the Bible is only imported white man culture? 4, we are only talking about white man culture. This phone you are holding in your hand and that screen you are watching, was it manufactured in your village? So I want that African men should avoid this egoistic tendency of saying that African men are polygamous. There is nothing like polygamous. Discipline yourself, marry one woman and stay with the woman and have and stop this issue of saying that there is a gene or there is a polygamous tendency for men. Your wife too should go and marry two men. Let's see how you're going to be happy.
Okay, one of the case I just read down.
The case of the prophecy issue. No, we had already said that that man is a buffoon. The way he behaved already showed he dismissed him from being an honorable man. But we were looking at it from the angle that now that he has realized himself,
He should go to the wife.
he should seek recourse, go back to his wife,
Okay.
and to go to wife. The fear he has is blackmail. But he should first of all debunk the blackmail by saying that I have done it, and God will show him mercy when you begin to restitute like that. In that, maybe that woman of God will not have the effrontery to take you to court. 1, 2. Maybe the public prosecutor, which the state council, may not pursue you. So at that level, he is safe. So he's not to live in any fear.